This is FutureX.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Roundtable discussion series hosted by FutureX. My name is Ever Gonzalez. I am the co-founder of FutureX and the founder of Outlier HQ. We are a media and events company. We're excited to have you all here, and I think we're going to have a good time. So thank you for being with us. Now, this is going to be the first of many roundtable discussions that we're going to be hosting in the next several months here at FutureX. We're going to be covering a few different topics as well. We're going to go deep in a couple different areas, a lot of it having to do with futurist type of thinking, future of food, future of work, tech, all that good stuff. So stick around for other emails and information on some of our other roundtable discussions that we have coming up as well. Now, before I introduce my co-host, I want to give you the title of this specific roundtable discussion. We're going to be talking about school and work on your screen and what's the way forward. This is going to be 45 minutes of a roundtable discussion with a very talented panelist and my co-host. So with that being said, let me introduce my co-host. My co-host is Lee Schneider. He is the co-founder of FutureX and the founder of Red Cup Agency. Lee, welcome.
Hey, thanks. So Ever and I put together FutureX as this social experiment in thinking positive about the future, which is getting more and more difficult, but we're hanging in there. The dystopia is easy, but thinking positively about the future and utopianism is a lot harder. So we're working on that with FutureX. The other thing that we're thinking about a lot is how to bridge the science fiction community, the fiction people, with the nonfiction people, the journalists. They're all a lot of visionaries there, a lot of people thinking about the future in both those fields, and we're trying to figure out how to get those folks talking to each other more. So that's going to be a topic of FutureX, roundtables like this. My background, media, and more media. I've done a lot of journalism, a lot of TV, and I've been all in with podcasting, just producing podcasts for the past 10 years. And I had to go get my good microphone to do this because Ever has his good microphone. So, you got to have good, when you have the good mic, you got to use it. That's something I have to remember.
Now, let's introduce our panelists as well. We're going to have them actually introduce themselves. Nobody wants to hear a written introduction. And so what we thought it'd be best for them to introduce themselves. So Kelly, let's start with you. Please introduce yourself to the rest of the panelists and the audience, please.
Yeah, honored to be with you all tonight. And 11 years ago, I was exploring really how technology might enable educators to truly honor the identity and needs of all students, and led me to create a piece of technology called the Learning Genome Project. But in that process, I really discovered that we don't really have a model or a system of education that is prepared to really honor the identity of individuals because class sizes are so big. We've got systems in place that just really don't allow for that. So 10 years ago, I founded a kindergarten through 8th grade school called Anastasis Academy. And I designed the model to be identity honoring and kind of built from the ground up. And I'm currently the principal at that school and am starting to return back to the technology where it all started. So hopefully I can empower others to rethink education as well.
Very nice. Thank you. Irena.
Thanks, guys. So yes, my name is Irena Ferguson, and I'm a writer, a wife, and a mom. And I really am excited to be on this panel. I have 4 girls, one with special needs, and 2, 4, 6, and 20. And so I'm excited about being able to contribute to the conversation of what's happening now around, remote learning and digital learning and how to balance it all. And I'm also the founder of My Good Life, which is a social good startup for parents of children with special needs. And we're working on an app for parents. So I'm thrilled about that. And just released a book in the spring. And our family was featured in LA Parent Magazine this month, page 41. So I'm super psyched to
Very
be
nice.
here.
Congrats. Thank you. Zach.
I'm mostly known for drawing a comic strip called Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, and probably most relevant, my wife and I wrote a book on future technology called Soonish, I wrote a slightly, or I illustrated a slightly controversial comic book called Open Borders. And I am currently in the process of researching a book on the future of space travel. And I have a 3 and 6 year old, and remote learning is very difficult.
That it is. And we're going to get into it here in just a bit. But before we start with the questions,